So here's the real question. How do dentists like you, who aren't willing to let insurance dictate how you will run your practice, who want to create incredibly profitable practices without sacrificing your time or sanity, how do you create the strategies to ensure your practice not only survives, but thrives in the 21st century? That's the blaring question, and Dr. Steve Schlintz is here to provide the answers. Welcome to Dental Practice Freedom Radio.
Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Dr. Steve Schlintz, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Dental Practice Freedom Radio. I have to apologize in advance. I am in a hotel right now next to a busy expressway. So there's probably going to be some people walking outside. I would not say this is the fanciest hotel I've ever stayed in, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, right? And I think it's actually quite fitting for the episode that I want to record today because I've been traveling a ton. I've been doing a lot of team workshops. I'll be in Houston this week. I'll be in Miami next week for a big conference. And it's been great. I'm learning an absolute ton. I love working with dentists. And things are really coming to fruition for me. And one of the things that I've always loved doing is creating programs to help other people. And whether it's thinking into results when it comes to mindset and working with Bob Proctor, and now it's really kind of, bloomed into dental sales secrets and really helping dentists with their case acceptance, especially those comprehensive-based dentists that are really, trying to figure out how to get more of their technical dentistry off the shelf. I found ways to make that work, and for me, it's not been about getting patients to say yes. It's allowing my clinical skills to always catch up to my case acceptance skills, which is usually the opposite for most dentists. But one of the things that I've always been passionate about is this idea of creating really optimum programs for dentists and other clients. And I love that process. I love that creation process that allows me to really do what I do best in a lot of ways. And one of the things that I want to talk about, though, is this isn't a fest for me to talk about how great Dental Sales Secrets is. It's great, by the way. But what it is the importance of routine. So one of the hardest things, and I was thinking about my own practice as well. And my practice has gone through it's just keeping everything above water right now, especially since I've been traveling so much and I'm not in my practice. I'm in my practice 2.5 days a week max. And, it's transitioning actually incredibly well. We had our most profitable year ever last year. And I was only there 3 days a week. And I had an associate for the first half of the year. And, it's been incredibly profitable last year. But it has been tough because the things that I want to talk about today is this idea of daily routine and daily habits and how effective they are at creating success for yourself. And when you get out of those daily habits, how difficult it can be to get back into them and how important those habits are to repeated success over and over. And the reason I think this is important is, right now I'm in a hotel. And I'll be in my practice for a few days, and I'm going to be flying out, like I said, to Houston. And there's been a couple things that have suffered through this process, and I'm in the process right now of trying to get back on track. One is diet. It's very hard to eat healthy when you are traveling a lot, and so that takes a specific level of effort. 2 is exercise. Exercise is very, very difficult when you are traveling. People say, you can work in your hotel room. Yeah, you can. It's not the same. And, as I get older, I used to be one of those gym rats that loved working out when I was in high school. I always worked out by myself or a partner and we lifting and all that stuff. And now I've gotten older, I'm kind of soft. And I like group workouts and camaraderie and teamwork and things like that, which is weird. But that's the case. So, those of you who know me know I love Orange Theory Fitness and group memberships and things like that. And that's kind of fallen by the wayside with all the travel. And that's been very difficult. And third, and most important, is daily study. So I am always studying mindset. It is the first thing that I study when I wake up, and it's usually the last thing I study before I go to bed. Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, really getting in the proper mindset. I can't stress enough how important that daily principle is. And what's been difficult is because of the travel schedule, because of staying in hotels, changing time zones. I don't know how professional athletes do it, to be completely honest, but as I went through this process and as I'm going through this process, it has been hard to stay in a daily rhythm in terms of waking up at the right time and exercising and getting my study in. And I thought about, how is this important for you, the listener? You have to have non-negotiable habits, okay? And the reason I say that is no matter what I'm doing, there's certain non-negotiable habits. So one is I'm always writing my goals down first thing in the morning, last thing at night. No matter what the goal is, I'm writing it down. Pick that up from Grant Cardone, and then I have a goal card. I have something that's always, my goal's always written. That's a Bob Proctor thing. So I combine the two. I have my goal written, goals with me, and then it's laminated. But I also write my goal every morning, every night. I do gratitude. So I'm either writing it down. Sometimes I don't write it down every time, but first 5 minutes of the day, I do a simple gratitude exercise. I write down 10 things I'm grateful for. Ask the universe, spirit, God, whoever it is for you, for guidance throughout the day to help me reach the goals that I've set, and give me guidance in the day. And then send love to 3 people or 3 things that have wronged me. And this is the gratitude exercise that I learned from Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I use it every day. And then I do visioneering, and I really immerse myself in my goal, and I hold the vision of the goal being accomplished for at least 5 minutes. And if I can do those things, I don't meditate as much, but that's my form of meditation. It's kind of guided meditation. I'm envisioning what I'm shooting for, what I'm working for, as if it's already happened. And then I go about my day. And in your practice, you got to do that personally. I'm telling you guys this, it's so important for you to have daily habits that move you towards whatever it is you're trying to move towards. The practice, this has taken me a long time to understand, but the practice is a reflection of you. And, if my practice is in chaos, it means that my life is usually in chaos. If my practice is going really well, it means that my life is usually going well. And see, so most dentists will put the practice first and say, well, if the practice is doing well, I'm going to do well. That's not true. You have to start with yourself first. And if you get you right, the practice is a reflection of that. So you have to be working on yourself, and it starts with your habits, right? Make some non-negotiable habits in your daily life. You say, no matter what, I'm doing this. You'll be amazed at what happens in both your personal life and your practice. And think about your practice too. This is the bonus exercise for you. Think about the things you do in your practice that are absolute essential habits that you do every day in your practice, no matter what. And ask yourself, are these habits serving me in accomplishing the office goals, or are they hindering me from accomplishing the office goals? And I think you'd be amazed as you start to go through that process how many habits we have in our practice, in fact, don't help us, but they probably hurt us from getting the goals and things that we want to achieve in the practice. So habits are everything. And I'm finding this out more and more as I go through the journey and the process that I'm going through, is that, no matter what happens in your personal life, no matter what happens in your business, you got to find those non-negotiable habits that are always going to help you move towards your goals and stick with them. If you do that, some amazing things will happen. As always, I appreciate you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you got some value out of this episode. If you could do me a huge, huge favor and leave me a review and a rating, if you like it or you don't like the podcast, that would be greatly appreciated and helps out me so much. And keep the suggestions coming. It's always great to hear from listeners who say, hey, I really love that episode. That really resonated with me. That means so much to me. Because this is kind of a little labor of love that, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, once, twice a week, just get to get in front of you guys and talk to you about things that I've been working on, will continue to work on. Stay tuned here because you're kind of getting the inside scoop as I'm building out. Dental Sales Secrets is becoming a amazing program. And because it's stuff that I've tested in my practice and I know what works and what doesn't work, and then I can see it work or not work with other dentists. And that is so cool to watch that progression and journey of other dentists take this material, put it in their practice, and get some amazing results with it. That is just so incredibly awesome because my goal has always been help dentists understand what works and what doesn't work so you can fast track yourself on the way to success. And when you do that, you open yourself up to levels of freedom that you didn't even know that you could do. I'm doing some amazing things right now and it's going to continue to get better. I'm so excited about it. And, I'm happy to share this journey with you. And you guys are learning kind of in real time because Dental Sales Secrets is going through a massive, massive content addition. The format's changing. The price will be changing. The price is going to be going up because there's just going to be so much more support that I'm going to be able to put in. And there's some other projects that I'm working on as well, which I'm really excited about. And more of a comprehensive platform. Dental Sales Secrets is all about case acceptance and all about marketing as an expert. Some of the other things that I'm working on, I think, are going to be a lot more inclusive in terms of how to kind of craft a practice and a life that makes sense to you. That's one thing that I'm finding that most dentists are struggling with right now is just how to make it all work and how to be an entrepreneur, how to be a true business owner. And so I'm constantly working on things. I'm constantly listening to what dentists are telling me. I'm trying to take my knowledge and all the amazing mentors that I've had, Bob Proctor, Russell Brunson, Stephen Larson, dentist, TJ Bolt, Robin Steele, and Sam Ovens, and just these amazing mentors and coaches, and then put it in the context so that everybody can understand and really kind of save themselves the hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching and years of discovery to figure out what works and what doesn't work. If my job is to help you get the results a lot faster than I've gotten them, and if I can do that, the mission accomplished. So hope you got value out of this. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you at the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode on Dental Practice Freedom Radio with Dr. Steve Schlintz. We'll see you on the next episode.